Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your humble host, Taylor Coleman, and today we're going to be talking about Ignition LLC's lighting gear, but specifically the lighting gear that we bring with us on every single shoot, regardless of if it's a big shoot or a small shoot. So without further ado, let's go ahead on and roll the intro, and when we come back, we'll go ahead on and get started. Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel, and first things first, I want to start this video with the quote because I think it's very important for the topic that we're going to be discussing today. In film, we sculpt time, we sculpt behavior, and we sculpt light. Director David Fincher. In film school, and specifically when we're learning about lenses and cinematography, we're taught that the lens is simply an instrument to control light. As a filmmaker, it's important that you know how to sculpt light. If you don't, then you're going to have a pretty hard time with your movies, unless your goal is to shoot entirely with natural light, in which case I wish you the best of luck. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead on and get started. And first, I want to talk about something that a lot of you might not think that you need, but I really think that you all should play around with it, see if you can pick up one or rent one, and really think about bringing one with you when you go onto set. That is going to be a light meter. So this one is a Seikonic light meter, and I bring this guy with me on every single shoot. Old school filmmakers and like old school cinematographers, 9 times out of 10 they will still carry a light meter with them onto set. If you're going to be a professional cinematographer, you're going to need to know how to use a light meter because they speak in stops. So they'll go and they'll measure the actor, they'll measure certain parts of the set, and they'll communicate via telling each other, bring that down, 1 stop, or bring that up 2 stops. And yeah, they use a light meter. So I might go over using a light meter in a different video. There are plenty of videos on YouTube, plenty of articles online. Now, a lot of you, you're probably familiar with using a monitor. And we also have the monitor, but for the sake of this video, get your hands on a light meter. Consider bringing one with you on set. We bring a light meter with us every single time we go somewhere. Every time I do a shoot, I bring a light meter. Alright guys, so next up on the list is going to be 2 things that you probably didn't think of as being lighting tools, but to me they are lighting tools, and I bring them with me on every single shoot. The first one is going to be a circular polarizer. Next one is going to be an ND filter. So let's start with the polarizer. So this guy is going to help you to get those clear skies. It's going to help you to stop reflections in case you wanted to shoot water or something like that. And it really just allows you to get rid of reflections mostly, but just to get those nice, beautiful skies when you're out shooting at a time like this. Obviously, I don't have it on the camera, so you probably can tell, but let me show you what this guy is. You take it and you just screw it on to the camera, and it blocks reflections. So if you want to shoot water, you can get very clear water, probably see some fish. You want to shoot the sky, you can see all the clouds. Very useful tool. But next thing, and I think the most important for this discussion, is going to be an ND filter. And this one is from Tiffin. It's a variable ND filter. Now, what do ND filters do? They're basically shades for your camera. So if you're outside and it's very bright and it's very sunny and you're trying to get proper exposure and you're like, I don't know what to do. I've turned down everything that I can. How do I get proper exposure? It's daylight. What do I do? Grab an ND filter. You screw it onto the front of the lens, and then you can darken the image and get the exposure that you desire. So definitely get yourself an ND filter, bring it with you on every shoot. This is something that we bring with us on every shoot. And consider getting a polarizer. It'll make all of your videos look more cinematic if that's what you're going for. Alright guys, so next up on the list we have light panels. Okay, so these guys are from Viltrox. It is the L116T, and they have all kinds, aperture, one of our affiliates, they have a lot of these light panels, these smaller ones that you can actually control with an app. I'll put it somewhere below me like I always do. But you always want to keep some sort of light panels on you. So if I really wanted to like spruce up this video, I might take one of these guys and put it off to the camera like right here somewhere and let it shine on me. And these are just really useful. They are pretty accurate. I think they have like a 97% accuracy with lighting. I'll put it below right here so you guys can see it. And you can change the temperature. You can change it to daylight. I think it does moonlight, I believe. You can have like a really bright kind of sunny look, sunset kind of thing that you want. And yeah, these are just very useful panels. I have 3 of them and I keep them on me, and I believe Viltrox actually has some larger ones. So if you want like really long ones, for those of you that are like YouTubers, videographers, pick up one of these. And I keep them on me. Usually for smaller things, smaller shoots, if I'm filming 1 or 2 people, small location, I might bring one of these before I lug out all of the big lights. So yeah, these stay in my bag. I keep them in there. They can be powered using those MPF batteries that I talked about in another video. I'll put it above somewhere. And it's just a very useful lighting tool. So I always bring it with me. I recommend that you bring it with you. Okay, so another tool that I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to show you guys some B-roll, it's going to flash on the screen, are reflectors. Now I have 2 reflectors. I have a big one, like a tall one, and then I have a smaller one. Now I've talked about the smaller one in that video that I just talked about earlier. Useful tool, very useful. You've got the clear side, so you've got that diffusion in the middle. You've got the gold side for the sunlight outside, silver. I'm assuming maybe nighttime, but there are all kinds of things that you can do with it. I never really used the silver part. The black side is the one that I use the most for that negative fill. So definitely get your hands on a reflector. Get 2 of them, because I have 2 of them. Okay, so guys, this next one is going to be very important, something that I bring with me, and I have it right here to show you. And you probably noticed it in that B-roll that I just showed you. And it is sandbags. I cannot stress this enough, especially for indie filmmakers. You're going to want to get a sandbag to put on your lights, to put on your light stands, because you do not want one of your light stands falling on someone. Don't let that happen. Please put a sandbag on all of your lights. Now, those light stands that you all are seeing in that B-roll footage are some of the smaller ones that, like I said, I bring with me to smaller shoots, and they work really well with these panels. But what you're going to want are those T-stands. They're much bigger, much sturdier light stands. They're pretty expensive, but if you can get them, they are much safer. They are much more versatile. And like I said, you always put a sandbag on your lights. Always put a sandbag on your lights. You do not want a light falling on you or any member of your crew. That would be catastrophic. All right, guys, so before we leave today, you know that we've partnered with Books A Million. They're one of our affiliate partners. They're one of the largest book retailers in the United States of America, and I literally shop there all the time. I'm not just saying that for this video. They're not paying me to say that. I actually shop there, and that's why I'm so excited to partner with Books A Million. If you were in the Jacksonville area, you've probably seen me in the Books A Million. So this month, we're going to do our book of the month like we always do, and I want to pick something short because I know everyone is out enjoying their summer. So for all of you new filmmakers and indie filmmakers, I recommend that you get a copy of David Mamet's On Directing Film. It's a very good book. It's very short. It's about 100 or so pages, but it's a discussion between him and a few college students, and he's talking about directing movies, and they're having this like debate, kind of back and forth thing, and it's a very good book. It's very insightful. You'll learn a lot about directing movies if that's what a lot of you want to do. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. So leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought. If you liked the video, like the video. If you disliked the video, dislike the video. If you want to leave a positive comment, leave a positive comment. If you want to leave a negative comment, leave a negative comment. And also, consider subscribing. We're growing very well. We just crossed the 50 follower threshold on Twitter. So thank you to everybody on Twitter that watches these videos. And that's gonna be it for today. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.